a wrap.
It's a wrap. It's disappointing. Yeah, it's disappointing.
Man, it's a tough one, man.
Yeah. But we gonna still talk about it. We gonna cover this very professionally. We gonna still obviously address this with measured Kool-Aid, and the OC gonna bring that straight business. Elm gonna still bring them numbers, and Coach gonna still bring that analysis, man. Listen, y'all. We lost. It's still my team. I ain't quitting. Let's rock. So OC, what's your initial thoughts, man?
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Didn't.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Yeah.
Woulda, shoulda. Didn't. Got a lot of content about that. And I'm going to break down every element of the game. Offense, defense, special teams, and coaching. And, this one is a team loss, man. It's a tough one. It's certain things that could have happened, that should have happened, that didn't happen. It's some good things that happened. So we gonna cover it all, man. San Francisco 49ers advance to the NFC Championship versus the Philadelphia Eagles next week. Cowboys go on vacation.
Yep. We sitting at home. Man.
Yep. That's a wrap.
Yeah, so it's also a lot of work, man, that went into this. But I'm also saying, man, on a lot of it, to a degree, I'm proud. I kind of feel like when my sons lost state a little bit. They weren't perfect either, but I kind of like the effort that I saw for the most part. I felt like we was physical. We was definitely more physical than San Fran, no doubt.
I don't know, boss.
You don't agree with that?
That we were more physical than them in the game?
Yeah. I definitely saw us more physical. That's the way I was looking at the game. It was more physical. To me.
Well, I'm gonna say that till we get on, but I'm gonna say this before we kick it off. We were improved. We were much improved on our physicality from last year, for sure. We matched at a much greater level their physicality.
Oh, no doubt. Oh yeah, without a doubt, we matched it 100%. 100%, like without a doubt. So,
but at the end of the day, man,
gotta be
loose
better.
lips. Yeah, loose lips. Same share, man. And as y'all come to the building, man, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow the OC100 on Twitter. And hey, man, let's go ahead and get into this thing, man.
Let's go. All right. Ooh, let's go, y'all. Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matter. All right, OC. People want to hear from you.
Hey, man, this was a game that the Cowboys, played very, very tough in the first half, and that defensively, this team did almost everything they could do, with the exception of a couple things I'm upset about, and I'll talk about that in a second. But offensively, we could not finish drives, and we abandoned the run game, and we put it on Dak Prescott, and that ended up being a mistake. Dak Prescott had a bad game and made several key, really bad decisions, forcing the football, underthrowing the football, making bad reads, and really had a deer in the headlight look today. To be honest with you, almost like this game got too big for him. And that's unfortunate. The offensive line did a really good job in pass pro in the midst of their elite pass pro, keeping them clean. I don't believe he was sacked one time this whole game. So shout out to the offensive line for being elite. Shout out to Jonathan Hankins and the defensive line for the majority of the game doing what they could to hold down this San Francisco 49ers rushing attack. They did a fantastic job bottling up McCarthy all of the first half. Yeah. Now, he popped out and made some plays in the second half that were key. And at the end of the third quarter was when we started to wear down. And they ran the ball down our throat, down that field, and scored that touchdown at the end of the third. And from that point, I saw and sensed that it was going to be trouble. And they controlled the ball running on the ground in the fourth quarter. And Brock Purdy, shout out to him. He wasn't great. He didn't have to be great, but he was good. And he outmanaged the game. He outplayed our quarterback. And at the end of the day, that was the bottom line. Defensively, we did not make the adjustments to ever take away inside quick post and quick seam routes by Kittle and by the wide receivers. We never made the adjustment. We never pressed up or tried to press up. That was a huge mistake. But this is a team loss. Trayvon Diggs had an opportunity to stop the touchdown drive by catching a simple interception. And he's a wide receiver converted to defensive back. We got to have that played. We had mental mistakes at the end of the game, and that really cost us and hurt us. Dalton Schultz not getting his foot down. Dalton Schultz not finishing forward and stepping out of bounds sideways also cost us with the clock continued to run. In terms of coaching, we made some mistakes. They made adjustments, and we made mistakes. We didn't adjust to the defense playing too high in cover three. We didn't adjust to that very well.
Because you unload it all. But OC.
Go ahead, man.
You got to talk, but OC save some, OC, save some.
I'm going to say, I got plenty left, bro. Don't even worry. I'm just getting started. I got plenty left. Don't worry. This is just the beginning.
So check this out. So make it say with the super chat, she say, sorry, but get Dak and his buddy Kellen out of here.
Yeah, and Mickey, that's going to be the consensus across the nation, and it's going to really bleed into that Dak is not an elite quarterback, unfortunately for Dak, and that's extremely unfortunate. And, you know, Kellen Moore got out-coached by DeMeco Ryans. He got out-coached this game. He didn't make the adjustments. We had the pieces. We did not see T.Y. Hilton. We didn't see him get mixed into this game. We didn't see any other tight end get targeted when we had other tight ends that could make plays besides Dalton Schultz, who dropped a key pass, right? Hard pass, but you got to come down at that pass outright on the sideline. You got to catch that. You got to know, Dalton Schultz, that you cannot be weak and step out sideways. You got to finish forward. That clock stops. You got to also understand that Dalton Schultz, you got to get your foot down. We're trying to go up the field for a game-winning drive, and you don't even get your foot down, man. It's just mental breakdowns and it's game management. And I don't know what Mike McCarthy was thinking. Overall, hey, he did a good job this year, but that was a horrible decision to punt the football back to the San Francisco 49ers. We did not have the momentum. They had the momentum on running that football down our throat. We were not going to stop these boys from converting. We showed that at the end of the third quarter and into the fourth quarter. We should have tried to convert. I don't care if we were inside of the 20, because if they scored, we would at least have a chance to get 2 possessions again. We would have had a chance to score and also maybe do an onside kick, which is better than almost conceding and selling the freaking game. I'm going to kick it to you guys, man, because I'll keep going for about 20 minutes. You guys go ahead and jump in here, man.
What you got, Amp?
I said it at the beginning of the game. The threshold was 110. They squeaked by with 113. If you look at the stats across the board, everything for the most part, with the exception of the first downs, was pretty much the same. But in the run department, that's where you saw the major discrepancy. San Francisco ended the game with 113, and we ended it with 76. Mind you, we had 55 at halftime. We only rushed the ball an additional 9 times after half. That's unfortunate. That's unacceptable. Granted, I know we lost Pollard, but that's no excuse. And the fact that we didn't give Malik Davis not one carry, I have a problem with that. If Zeke wasn't the answer, you got to keep searching. And I felt like we just conceded once Pollard went down, and we failed to return to the run. The difference between this game is, because we were successful, At the half, we had San Francisco bottled up in the run. But you know what they said? My catchphrase earlier in the season, damn that. We gonna keep running. And ultimately that's why they successful and we aren't.
And then A-Game says, so can we all agree now Prescott needs to go?
It's close. It's getting close. Okay? And I'm going to keep it real. It's getting close because you play for the Dallas Cowboys, man. You get into these playoffs, man, and, you know, shout out, you played against a team you should have beat in that Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We beat that football team, but you play against an elite top defense, and they proved themselves to be a top defense today. Shout out to San Francisco 49ers. You got to make big plays in the tight games. And even if you didn't make a bunch of big plays, you can't give 6 points. You can't be the reason why, one of the big reasons why we lost the game on throwing interceptions. And you got another year because you got a guarantee. But, man, you got to show something big in the regular season, and even scratch the regular season. You got to come up big in the playoffs this coming season, 2023, 2024, or, yeah, the Cowboys are going to move on. And that's just the unfortunate fact of the matter. Like Dak Prescott, but at the end of the day, man, in the big moments, you got to prove it. You got to make plays, and you cannot do the type of things that we saw in this game on this stage that would hurt us and keep us from winning a huge game.
No, Dak is definitely our quarterback, but Dak definitely hurt his case. Dak definitely hurt the people that been riding with him. It make it hard to ride with him when one of the major reasons for this loss can be looked at to be you. Now, I would suggest that everybody kind of just take a small pause, because every now and then, it didn't look like it, but every now and then it might be more to the story with those interceptions than what we know. So I'm not going to speak absolutely definitive yet until I get through the press conferences, because they go ask about those interceptions. He's going to, you know, say what happened, and McCarthy's going to say what happened. I want to know exactly what happened, because on the first one, it looked like Gallup didn't come back to the ball and Dak threw it at a particular spot. That could be on Dak, or that could be on Gallup. I got to wait how that play out. We'll see. But from today's version of how I saw the game, yeah, it's people that's going to now say Dak does not play big in big moments, they go have a case. Now, I would say Dak played more games better in the playoffs than this one. He played more good games than bad, but nobody care about that. The only thing people care about is did you get it done when it counted, and it didn't. He didn't, and he did not. Like that throw to Gallup, that's something on that post. That's something that I've seen Dak hit a million times. He didn't hit it today. So for people that got an issue with that, some of y'all fake, and y'all always go have an issue with that. Some of y'all realists. Some of y'all really been sitting back like, I want to see more. And for those who want to see more, they don't feel good right now. And for those, you know, who gave up on them, hey, I ain't gonna tell you how to fan, bro. That's you, and I ain't tripping. I ain't gonna tell you wrong. I ain't gonna tell you right on that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's definitely my take on it in terms of Dak. Now, I want to kind of switch, because now it's gonna obviously start talking about a little bit of off-season mode. What's getting ready to happen in the near future? Because we got some coaches that's interviewing. We got Kellen Moore interviewing. We got obviously Dan Quinn, who looked like he right there at the door of taking a coaching job. What's the future? What's getting ready to happen with these coaches, and what do you want to happen with these coaches? I'll start with you first, OC.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, man, Dan Quinn is probably out of here. He's proved himself. He's done what he needed to do to be successful and to put this defense. I mean, you gave up 19 points to the San Francisco 49ers, and, you know, it was 2 picks thrown. One pick, they were already inside of the 20. One pick, they were on the plus side of their field, going right into the end zone. You held them to field goals. You gave up one touchdown late at the end of the third quarter. At some point with that running game, man, they wore us down. Dan Quinn has done plenty with this defense. They own an opportunity if he chooses to be a head coach. And I think that, the over-under on this with the increasing requests for interviews is that Dan Quinn is going to probably be out of here. That's my opinion. Second to boot, Kellen Moore is still a cake that's gooey in the middle. He's not all the way ready yet, but somebody may want to give him a shot, and he may take that shot. If he doesn't take that shot, he'll be back, unfortunately, as the OC. Mike McCarthy is secure. He's going to be the head coach. It's just really a matter of Dan Quinn, who I think is out of here, and I think Kellen Moore is probably a guy that will end up staying here.
What's your thoughts, Sam?
So, Boss, you said a very key phrase.
Mm-hmm.
You said there's more to the story.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, it's Kellen Moore. Your defense held an offense that has been averaging 30 for the last, I don't know how many games, right? You held them. All we heard about all week was all the weapons San Francisco had, right?
Yep.
All these weapons.
Weapon. Yep.
And we, for the most part, throughout the game, kept these weapons in check. You held them to 19 points.
Yep.
Your defense did everything. They only really earned one real touchdown, and your defense did enough to get you the win. All that creative stuff we saw last week, this game looked nothing like last week. Like, did Kellen shoot his wad last week? I really, and this is my honest opinion, would love to see how Dak Prescott looks removed from Kellen Pookie Moore. I'm so serious. Because that's all he knows. That's all he's seen. That's all he's dealt with. Even at the end of the game, right? You still have a chance to win and go down. Your quarterback's got his head in his sack, and your OC is looking at a damn tablet. Something ain't right about that, man. Like OC said, he go in the middle. He's not done. And I don't want to run the risk of wasting all this beautiful talent that we have on this roster for a damn OC that ain't done yet. Because guess what? By the time he gets done, 50% of this team is going to be gone. Yep. And you're going to be starting all over again.
Yep.
That's the problem I have, because we're in our prime right now.
Yeah.
We're not going to get too many more chances.
Nope.
Hell, this team is going to look completely different next year than it is this year.
Yep.
You got a bunch of guys on one-year deals. This don't feel good. It don't smell good, man.
Well, I say this when it comes down to my thoughts on these coaches. So, Kellen Moore, to me, should be fired. He won't be. Jerry is not going to fire Kellen Moore. Stephen Jones is not going to fire Kellen Moore, but he should be fired. That whole system should be thrown in the trash. That whole system should be just thrown away. Just being all the way honest with you. Because this system basically told your quarterback, yeah, we're going to talk about that too, B-Bird. That was my next subject we was getting ready to talk about. But not even just Amari, just what we go do in the offseason. We're going to start talking about that in a minute, though. But not necessarily Mark Cooper, but just finishing my thought. But appreciate the super chat, B-Bird. But this system, if you know it like I know it, this system basically says that you're supposed to make throws to your receivers before they come out their breaks, because both of you were supposed to see the same thing at the same time. what that does is that trains your quarterback to force it. Just in my opinion.
Agreed.
It trains your quarterback to force it. And any system that's also anti your head coach's system was already division from the start. We rolled with it. We knew it was quota booty, but we got the quota booty anyway. You know? I want Dak to go back to safe Dak. I love boring Dak. I've always loved boring Dak. So all the people that's the let it rip Dak, y'all can have that Dak. I don't want that Dak. I like the Dak that's safe with the football, the same Dak that was the Dak before this year.
Boss, we didn't even get quota booty today, man.
No. I'm talking about just in terms of we put up with it. Not today. I'm just saying we put up with quota booty.
Yeah.
We just put up with it. Like,
but I'm gonna say, where was quota booty
so
today?
Tell me the numbers, Amp. What's the numbers on our rushes to pass ratio? Real quick. Do you have the numbers? Get the numbers from the dog so we can talk about this quota booty if you don't mind.
I got it.
But OC, you feel me on that? Am I tripping?
Man, I feel you 2,000%. Was Coach Marv about to say something?
No, Coach Marv chilling.
Okay, cool. All right. So at the end of the day, this is what I feel and this is what I think. You know, when pressure comes sometime, and it's unfortunate, you revert back to what you really are. So when he got punked by DeMeco Ryans and all that speed, and Fred Warner shooting the gap, and them linebackers coming up hard, and defensive tackles and ends playing up tough, Kellen Moore acting like he was playing quarterback. He started to get intimidated. That's what happened. He got pumped by the physicality mentally. And then he's like, oh man, we just got to throw the ball. We got to throw the ball, which was the absolute wrong thing to do. That was the worst thing you could have done in the situation, because you also had Davis. When Pollard got hurt, you had Davis, who was a very, very serviceable scat back and who did some good things when we also got in trouble in games and we had, Pollard out. Now, here's the issue. All the creativity that you had, you lost it, because what happens is, and look, it happens to the best of us. Fear took over, boss. Amp, Coach Marv, it took over. Fear took over. And there's actually studies out there. I'll give a little bit of psychology to help people. They say, hey, try to keep your calm when you get in tough situations, because when you get angry or afraid, it reduces your brain capacity by 33%.
That's facts. I know that.
You can't even think right.
Think right.
You can't even
when you stress.
think when you get overwhelmed with fear. And that's what happened. So all the creativity went out the window, right? He did one jet sweep to CD Lamb, right? He did one toss to Ezekiel Elliott. You can run the ball effectively with Ezekiel Elliott, but you just got to change how you try to run the ball. And Ezekiel Elliott had some effectiveness when they started in the third quarter. Also, a huge, massive mistake. Where was the involvement with T.Y. Hilton? You brought him in here to help you in the playoffs. Why not give him a shot? Throw him the football some more. Give him more than one target.
Too busy looking for hot pockets.
Yeah. Okay, to your point, Amp, what happened to Jake Ferguson? He was a good tight end for us all year, could block. What happened to Hendershot? Great change of pace, good for at least a big play if you throw him the football. What happened to going to those guys? You had options, man. You had a way to do something to spark plug this offense. And the bottom line is that you did. The offensive line, hey man, it was going to be a war. We knew it was going to be a war. We had 2-3 yard carries. So what? So did the San Francisco 49ers. But you know what they did? They stuck with it. And they believed that they was tougher than you. And that's what I was talking about, boss, before we went all the way into the show, is that they out-toughed us in the most important part of the game. And that was at the end of the third and in the fourth. That's when they out-physical us. That's when they out-toughed us, because they were committed to their game more than we were committed to our game. And at the end of the game, we did everything we could, and shout out to the defense, but we broke. They broke that defense, bro. They broke it. At the right time, in the right place, they broke it, dude.
I don't think they broke it.
And that's what happened.
I don't think they broke it.
I think they did. They broke it, bro. They broke us, bro. Get it? They broke us, bro.
We're gonna talk about that. We'll talk about that one. I don't think they broke their defense at all.
Okay,
So
tell
when
me,
I say
tell
they
me
didn't
about
break
it.
that defense, and when you look at that drive, and I know the drive you're talking about, and that was a good running drive by them. That drive, they also got help with some flags. Remember the most,
Yep.
so, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
most of that drive was the big play that happened to Kittle
Yeah.
and flags. That was a majority of that drive. That defense, I would still get that defense overall with as many weapons as they had on offense, A minus. I'm barely
Yeah,
looking
boy.
at the defense this game. I'm be honest. This game, I'm looking at the offense. The defense
Yeah, bro,
did
but-
everything for that offense to win this game. That offense did only really needed to put up 20. Well, how many? What was the final score?
12 to
19 12.
Bro, we just needed to put up 20 points, bro. I know we talking about defense, bro, and they cracked. They was put in short fields early and still held. They only gave up 9 points with short fields early. And I know defense supposed to stop them, but God, dog, that's
Man, look, what I'm saying is this, boss. And look, the defense played great, but at the end of the day, man, this is the thing that happens, man. Is that when you get into obvious running situations, they got into obvious running situations, running formations, and bro, they gashed us for 6, 7, 8, 9 yards. When we got into obvious running situations, bro, they stopped us. And that's what I'm talking about, that they broke us down some, man. And look, when you turn the ball over and you give them short fields, eventually every defense does break. The difference in this game, and I hate to say it, but it's the truth, man, they didn't turn the ball over except with the exception of the stripped punt that Kelvin Joseph made a play. Thank God, man. Hopefully they don't cut it. But here's the deal. Man, they didn't give us short fields. They didn't turn the ball over and put their defense in misadvantageous situations too much, right? Brock Purdy managed the game. He threw the ball away. He escaped sacks, right? He had a one that should have been a pick that Diggs dropped. That was a critical one because if we catch that ball, they don't score a touchdown. It's still a tie game. Right? So that was so critical. So they executed and they came up with plays in the big moments, man. And the details of the game they managed, and we did not manage the details of the game well. And that was the difference in this game. So I'm not on the defense at all, boss. I get you. I agree with you. But going into that fourth quarter, they also had some long drives where they chewed up clock and they lined up and just ran that football and they got first down, and that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I just saw it different. I'll go back and watch it again. I could be wrong on that. I want to ask y'all a question though. What's the future of Schultz?
Schultz got $11 million this year on the franchise tag. He's not getting another franchise tag. They try to work out a deal with Schultz and make it amicable to him because they love him so much and they're loyalists to tight ends. They've shown that, with Jason Witten, man. And he catches the ball pretty well, and he's made some good plays. But do I think he's a big-time guy? No, because if you big-time, you get your foot down. If you big-time, you finish the run strong, and you don't get hit sideways out of bounds when you could have.
Twice.
Right? When you could have, bro.
Twice.
And then you don't drop the ball too on a big first down. On the opposite side of the field, he drops the football. Football hits his hand. Football comes out of his hand. So to me, he deserves to be gone because you got two young, cheaper tight ends in Jake Ferguson and Hendershot that you could develop, and those guys are better than him in the sense they can catch the ball and they can block. So you're not franchise to tag him. The greater question is what happens with Tony Pollard. Because the issue, I think, they could franchise tag Tony, but then they got to pay him a lot of dough. Or do they just let him go? We'll see what happens there.
What's the future? Oh, Em, did you have something on that? I know you're depressed right now, big dog. And if you tired, but we got you. Because, see, I know you're in a different time zone.
No, we good.
What's the future on Hot Pocket? He should go. I'm going to say it.
Honestly, I think it depends.
Okay.
I think it depends on if you have your OC or not, honestly.
That's right. True.
Because if you have your OC is going to speak up for him.
True.
If you get a new OC in here, he might want a little fresh blood. he might say, let's go ahead with the 2 young tight ends and maybe bring in another guy.
Yeah.
So that's my thought process on that. But boss, I
Dallas.
you ask for it, and every time I look down at my phone, I get pissed off.
Okay.
But we had them at half, right?
Okay.
27 yards rushing.
Yeah. Defense balling. Mm-hmm.
They ended up with 113. We gave them 86 in the second half.
Yeah.
Because hell, we had 55.
Yeah.
And it completely flipped.
Yeah.
That is inexcusable.
Yeah.
And I've been saying this all year. This piggybacks off of what OC said. He's going to go back to what's comfortable. When he don't know what to do, he goes back to Old Faithful. What's Old Faithful for Kellen Moore? The passing game.
Yeah.
But then the sad part about it, right? As much as he likes to pass, the secondary is the weakest point of the 49ers, and we didn't take advantage of it. Because we know that D-line is tough.
Right.
They linebackers are tough. Front seven is solid.
Right.
They rush 4 pretty much the whole game. They'll bring them 2 linebackers up, and guess what? They drop into coverage. They rush 4 pretty much the whole game. OC mentioned, and even G-Bag Nation mentioned that they might have a pass rush package. They stayed true to what they did. They were disciplined. They only rushed 4. Dak had all the time in the world for the most part. He only got sacked 1 time. Like OC said, we kept him clean, and we didn't take advantage. That's why this stings.
Right. So I just don't see how you can have Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore together. I don't. I just
oil and water.
You can't. I mean, like, we can all pretend to be dumb. We can all pretend that we don't know.
It's awkward as hell, boss.
Like yo head coach literally said, I'm not a fan of option routes. Like Mike McCarthy, why would you even want to stay here? Like, why would you want to stay here? Like, if they force Kellen on Mike McCarthy again, yeah, man, because then they gonna be going in 2 different directions. You got 2 different visions. I'm proud of the Cowboys. I don't care what nobody say. Some of y'all gonna be like, that's why I hate this team. Some of y'all gonna be on that, I hate this team, same thing every year. Some of y'all gonna be on that. I'm proud of them, because for them to play like they played with the level of dysfunction that was on this team, that's unheard of. That's unheard of. Have you ever heard the head coach and the OC on totally different pages, but yet it still worked? Mostly, except for like days like today. And my boy Michael Williams with the super chat, he said, Dak not seeing the field and can't throw to a wide receiver in stride. CD and Gallup both have possible TDs. Let me see. If he hits in stride, yeah. I mean, if we still saying Dak can't hit receivers in stride, I can't really help you, bro. Because Dak obviously has proven that he can. He didn't do a good job today. But just to be like blanket, he can't hit receivers in stride, that's just not true. You know what I'm saying? Dak just didn't do a good job today. He didn't. Not today. But then last week, I had to see this comment. You was gone last week, and you was quiet until this moment. And that's what a lot of times happen. The people that really just hate Dak, they wait until this moment to talk. They'll be quiet through all the good moments. They won't say nothing good. But then when he played like he played today, that's when y'all show up and say he can't do it in stride. But hey, man, that's your opinion, man, and your voice matter. But going into the offseason, I'm gonna throw this at y'all real quick. Just real quick. What's our biggest needs in general? Offense, defense.
Well, you got to continue, man, to get depth on that defensive line. And shout out overall to the defensive line, man. On the touchdown, Gallimore got blown off the ball. You got to get another one technique in here. If Bohannon's not going to be healthy, you need to, I don't know what the contract is, but you need to make sure you sign at least Hankins on a 2-year deal. You need to keep him here, okay? Please keep him here, all right? And you need to get stronger. You need to get a true free safety, I think, right? A young cheap one. I think you need to get stronger linebacker and add depth to that defensive line. That's what I think. And I think in terms of the offense, man, you got to go wide receiver, and you need another running back.
Yep.
All right, Zeke is aging. Zeke is okay. Still got love for Zeke, but you need another guy. If Malika Davis is not the guy, you need another running back that can come in here and give you some pop, right? You got to get another running back. You got to get another wide receiver. So you got several needs on this team and a lot of room for the Cowboys to get a lot better, boss. At the end of the day, man, you know, when you look at this team and you look at the offense, you got an offense that is capable. But, you know, do you have the coaching staff and the decision-making that is capable in the tough moments? And it seems like when we get in the real tough moments, it's not happening for us, Boss Cowboy. And that's unfortunate.
Yep. I keep seeing a lot of people say we need to get a new quarterback.
Yep. I'm getting it from people who ain't even fans of the Cowboys.
Of course. But this is one thing I just gotta just be honest with y'all. As much as you might not like Dak, even Dak don't grow on trees. Daks don't grow on trees. You don't find Daks just because you want one. What we picking in the draft now? We gonna be picking 26, 27, 28. So you go find a quarterback if you want to replace Dak at the bottom of the first round. It's possible. It's possible. It's just very unlikely. Especially when you look at this class. When you look at this quarterback class is clear that the best quarterbacks go top 10. So, you know, where you go get your quarterback? Where you go get your quarterback? So for everybody that want a new quarterback, if you saying that, also say where you go get them. That's what I want to know. And be specific. I don't want to hear draft one. I want to know, talk about who.
Yeah, but boss, you can't be like that. You got to let the fans be frustrated because Dak had a lot of opportunities to make plays in this game that he did not make, right?
Yeah, and that's the bottom line. Frustrated. I'm letting him be frustrated, but I'm saying add to the talk. Like, you can be frustrated, but add to it. Like, get another quarterback. That's fine.
Yeah, but going over their head, boss, because people ain't thought about that, man. They looking at this game and they seeing all the mistakes and they just looking at it for what it is. That, man, dang, Purdy didn't sell the game, bro. Purdy didn't sell the game. Dak sold the game. You know what I'm saying? Just straight up, man. And as much as I love Dak and as much respect as I got for him and as much as I wish him well and as much as all of that, I want him to do well. Man, this game, bro, he's sold, bro. So, yeah, we don't know what other quarterback gonna come from. It's not a lot of good starting caliber quarterbacks floating around in college, of course, and definitely not in the NFL. Most of those guys got jobs and big contracts. Oh, so does Dak. Dak has a job and a big contract, but we're just trying to say, man, hey, man, let us get to the next level. Man, give us the best opportunity to get to the next level. And the difference between Dak and Purdy is that Purdy outplayed Dak in the sense that he made key completions and in the sense that he did not throw interceptions.
Yeah.
And that's just the bottom line if we're looking at today.
Yeah. And I wanted
super game manager.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's not a diss.
No, that's not a diss. I don't never take that as a diss. But I say this. I feel like, just being all the way honest, man, I want Dak away from Kevin. I don't want Dak with somebody saying you got to throw it before they break. I don't want that. Because now you training him to be what he has never been. He's always been safe with the football. Now this system says, throw it even before they come out they break, because in my system this is how it works. So then you make your quarterback aggressive, and then when he's aggressive and do dumb stuff with the football, you point at it. I say get rid of the OC. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of the OC and transform Dak back to what he was, safe Dak, where you only throw it when you see the guy open. And I'm cool with fans being mad. Be mad, but see, this is one thing. We like solutions over here, and that's okay. I'll let y'all be mad today, but within the next month or two, as we get into the draft and as we get into the offseason and free agency, let's move beyond mad and let's start moving to real solutions. Be mad today. We go give everybody their right to be mad, but as we move forward, can we really find us the next Purdy? I'm serious. You know what I'm saying? And I'm open to it. If you can find the next Purdy, I'm cool with it.
And at the end of the day, man, and I'll let you go after this, I know you got something. But here's the deal, man. If you make Dak a gunslinger, it blows up in your face.
Right. Don't do it.
I've seen enough. I've seen enough to say that. You can't make Dak a gunslinger. He got to throw that football 35 times a game and less. When he starts to tip on 40, it's too much. But this is the OC's fault because we abandoned the run. We lost confidence in the run. Basically, we got mentally pumped. We got pumped. And our OC got pumped because no, they didn't get pumped. We were stopping the run on them. They're like, okay, you stopping the run, we still running.
Yep.
We go play action pass. We go open up a little bit. Guess what? We coming right back to the run. We go run it. Okay, fine. We go run it. It just was the commitment. It was the children of it was the children of this world being more committed than the children of light to their system. That's what it was. They was committed to the way they was gonna get down, and that was the tale that put too much pressure on Dak Prescott versus basically a coverage that played pretty great, man. They played pretty well today, but we didn't do anything scheme wise. And this is the struggle that I have with Kellen Moore, and what I've always said. Kellen Moore doesn't put together route combinations well. He doesn't know how to create natural picks very well. He doesn't run a 2 and a 3, a 7 and an 8, a go and a hitch, a hitch, a 2, and run a 2 behind it if you in trips. You can put together route combinations to put the defense at an advantage. No matter the disadvantage, the defense at a disadvantage. No matter how talented they are, you can throw somebody open. Oh, guess what we saw that? We saw San Francisco do it and get first downs at will throwing inside the hash. And we couldn't stop it either. We could not stop it. Now, we could have done some things defensively to stop it, but we did not stop it. So those are the things, man. And it's the veteran experience of coaching in big moments. When the pressure gets on Kellen, man, he goes back to Boise State and think he the quarterback and he's playing Alabama and they got more talent than us. So we just got to try to pitch the ball around underneath and hopefully that we can make something happen. He goes back to Boise State, and that's the problem with Kellen.
My boy Life Crazy said I forgot his super chat. Hey, I just didn't see it. I'm sorry. I'm just doing a lot, like producing and all that kind of stuff, keeping up with everything. Just put your comment back in there and we'll address it. And then you say I miss yours, Trey. Like, what's your super chat? Like, just both of y'all put your comments.
And I'll try to catch him when I see him on my side, boss, to help you out.
Yeah. I'm just doing a lot, so I'm not obviously intentionally ignoring you guys super chat. We really want to always try to recognize that. So, I mean, we in off season, and I would say in off season mode, just in general, I do feel like we need to focus on the offensive side of the ball. I thought, just in general, I felt like it was too much to ask anyway to get rid of Amari. Go ahead.
And boss, real quick, let me get these super chats. Life Crazy said this: he wants an O-line in the draft and running back. Stop being a cat boy.
Yeah.
So that was a super chat. So thanks for that. Your O-line and RB is not going to hurt you in the draft. Life's crazy. I think it's something that you need to do. You need to continue to get better, but you don't need any lineman. You need a lineman that's going to make you better, right? Because we play pretty good. You got to get somebody to make you better. But yeah, it's time to draft another back. Ali with the $4.99 super chat said this: Dak has to play mistake free. The bigger issues behind these picks is defenses are sitting on routes with no concern of getting beat deep. You need speed. Yeah, we've been saying that. That's a great super chat, Ali. Yeah, we've been saying that, and that's why I'm so disappointed that we didn't come back to T.Y. Hilton in the slot or either down the field, one-on-one coverage. At least take a couple shots. Go ahead, boss.
My boy Sean said, as a San Fran, he said, "Goddamn, feels good to crush your dreams." It would have felt good to crush yours
man.
too. Yeah, it would have felt good to crush yours too. I understand. I really do get that too. So y'all won, so you can talk shit. That's cool.
Yep.
But but one thing I can say for sure though, Sean, all this y'all way more physical, man. No sir. Y'all was definitely not most physical than us this game. No. If anybody say that, I guess I need to watch the game with you. Because from the game I was watching, I did not see that. I see Dallas from beginning to end until that drive where they scored on us. That was the only drive to where maybe y'all could talk about physicality. But in terms of physicality, Dallas was laying wood tonight, not y'all, especially on D. So anyway, let's get into our
See, this is why your boy, before we get to the final words, this is why your boy B is always hesitant to sip the Kool-Aid. Because your OC went out and put forth a masterful performance last week, changing it up, giving new fresh looks, and then reverts right back to the same old bologna sandwich BS bull sugar that we've been accustomed to all year. And the part that really hurts about this is if you'd have told me, see, before the game, right, I'd have said we might struggle trying to contain every single weapon San Francisco has, right? But guess what? Dan Quinn did it. I didn't think it was going to be a question whether our offense was going to be successful. And the part that hurts most about this game is the fact that we could only muster up 12 points.
Yeah. Yep. We needed 20 points.
20. This smells like Tampa Bay week 1, honestly.
Yeah.
Choke.
Yeah. It got that smell too. And my boy say, listen, we know Fred Warner is physical, but y'all team was not more physical. Yeah, Fred Warner's a dog. He's physical. He wakes up in the morning physical. Your team was not more physical than Dallas today. And see, at least Sean B keeping it real. He said y'all defense was way faster than I thought. Boy, we was on Purdy's head earlier. Ooh, we was on his head. That pass rush was real. Yep. I think we do need to put resources on the offense. And you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna be all the way. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna take it to another level. We need to stock up on perimeter weapons.
Yep. Running back, I was thinking the same thing. Running back, receiver.
We need to put more around that. Mm-hmm.
And on defense, LB and DT.
Yep. Yeah, we need LB and we need one tech by 4. That's what we need. Running back, go ahead, DT, linebacker. Go ahead, OC.
And you need to get another edge rusher. You need to get another guy that can get to the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You need another guy that can get to the quarterback. I'm sorry. We got pressure, but pressure ain't good enough. You got to be able to close home. And with the thing that makes Michael Parsons good is have somebody opposite to him that can get down. The Tank Lawrence is serviceable, man. He's not getting down, bro. He's not a sack guy anymore. He's past that point in his career.
Yep.
So you need another guy you can count on, and maybe that's Sam Williams. Maybe he develops into something special, this offseason. But we need another guy. Maybe it's him, maybe it's not. But if it's not him, we need somebody else.
That's why I don't think we need nobody else, because I think it's him.
Maybe it's him.
I think it's him because look what he did, and it was year 1. Sean B keeping it real, bro. I told y'all them San Fran fans, most of them don't be tripping, bro. He said Debo actually got punched in the mouth today. That's real. I told you.
That's real.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, physicality. Like, if anybody talk about physicality in this game, it's not true, bro. Physicality wasn't the issue. Because Debo definitely got punched in his mouth today.
He got bottled up.
He did. And he was getting up slow. He was getting hit. Debo was getting hit.
And I know Tank Lawrence had 2 sacks today, man. Right, but I'm saying overall, man, I think we need another body. We need another body. I know he had 2 sacks today, so I'm not taking away. He had a good game there, but I just think we need somebody else that's a big defensive end body that can really get pressure, because you're making Micah Parsons the defensive end when he's really a linebacker. He should rush occasionally and be taken advantage of by the slower offensive lineman, but he shouldn't be an every down defensive end. And he's so talented, he made it pretty much work, but I think that was a mistake to have him there that long this year. I just think it was a mistake, even though he was so productive there. I'm just being honest.
And my boy Trey said we lost because of our QB play, not physicality. And see, Dak, that's why you need to get rid of Kellen Moore. He go take you down that sinkhole with him, dog.
Yep. Yeah, your name will forever be attached to
your name go be mud because you be buying into that Kellen Moore system. And people go throw you in there with that trash.
The super chat, Boss Cowboy JR said this: don't blame team for front office shortcomings. Hashtag we still them boys. Yeah, we still them boys, man. And it was shortcomings on the front office, but I'm gonna be honest, man. They did a masterful job trying to put us in position to win. They did a masterful job.
Yeah,
just if you look at now, it's always things that they can do better, right? But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not paying Dalton Schultz, because if I'm paying a tight end, you got to be a dog. Right. I need Kittle.
Right.
I need Kittle.
Right.
I need to do like that. Right. I ain't paying you no big money, homie. I'm sorry. You got to skedaddle. But, we got to get better, man. We got to put some things together, man, and we just got to keep it pushing, man, at the end of the day.
And look, see, and my boy Sean B, he said, I ain't said nothing about y'all being unphysical today. Definitely stepped up the physicality. So listen, y'all. Obviously, this is too early to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. We did grow some. It don't feel good, but we took a step up than even last year. Okay? We took a step up. That don't sound good today. Nobody want to hear that today, but I'm going to tell you it anyway.
Yeah, man, I'm going to say this. Q-Dog said this, boss, $2 super chat. He said the O-line balled. I didn't hear Bosa name. Defense balled. Yeah, man, salute, man. Salute to the O-line, man. They held their own, man. They played good enough for us to win, man. And the defensive line played good enough for us to win, in my opinion.
Yeah. So look, we had less penalties. We was giving our stars the ball. Look, CD got his targets. He didn't get them last year, did he? We got to start looking at Gallup now too, y'all. Maybe we need to let him get through this offseason to see if his knee all the way ready. But man, we gotta put more around, to me, in my opinion. And we gotta be aggressive. I think we need to re-sign T.Y. Hilton too. Because I already started. Huh?
Maybe so, boss. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because I already started looking at the draft. And me looking at the draft, man, these receivers, let me just be honest with you. This don't look like the year you gonna get a good receiver.
$9.99 super chat from JR. Schultz to team speed, being willing to fully commit. Hold on 1 second. Let me get it back up. Hold on 1 second. Schultz to team speed to being willing to fully commit to paying for a chip is what I mean by front office shortcomings. Our team overachieved.
Yeah.
Proud of our guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's saying
from that he's
Schultz
telling
is
the
not
truth.
the guy. Yeah.
Yeah, from that you're telling the truth. Because if you look in detail to what he's saying, Amari would have helped us today.
Yeah.
Bobby Wagner maybe wouldn't have helped us today. Because LVE played pretty good, but he would have definitely helped us during the season. But to me, the main money thing that they played with was Amari. Amari would have helped us today.
Yeah, and one thing I was disappointed with all the team speed that, man, we had Barr trying to cover Kittle and, things of that nature, and he did an overall decent job on one time making a tackle, but we should have put Clark in this game. We got an athlete sitting there on the sideline, man. We should have put Clark in this game and gave him a chance to make some plays, man. And especially because they were throwing the ball in between the hashes so much, so much. And we didn't do that, man. So that part that part right there was disappointing, man. And I see Paul Mills $5 super chat. It's not Gallup's physical play; it's his knowledge of being a well-rounded receiver. Yeah, and I agree with that. I don't think he runs routes very well unless it's the top of the route tree, and I've been saying that for a long time. I don't think he runs routes very well unless it's the top of the route tree. But also, you got to keep in mind this guy's coming back from a devastating ACL injury, and I just don't think he's 100% himself. Are we cutting Michael Gallup? No, because we guaranteed him a lot of money, so they go stay with him at least the next couple of years, even if he underperforms.
Yeah, and remember they chose Gallup over Amari because Stephen Jones said himself, we could not have kept Gallup if we would have signed Amari, saying basically we chose Gallup over Amari.
Yep.
You know, and in the game of inches, you can't give them out, in my opinion. And this is one of the things that the two things that hurt us. The 2 inches we gave up, I want y'all to hear me out. We gave up 2 inches. Avante Collins, that's not that big, but he is an indication. Because you moved him up for the playoffs, but you played games with him the whole year because he was a bastard. If some of y'all don't know, when I say bastard, the Dallas Cowboys treat our free agents like they're outsiders. That's what they do. You know what I mean? So even Amari Cooper was an outsider. He was a free agent. So when we acquired those guys, he was a trade, but he wasn't one of our homegrown guys. So whenever we get those guys, we really don't treat those guys, in my opinion, like sons. So when you play those games and you show up to the moment, you might need those guys. So it shows you this, and this is the worst part about the Avante Collins. The fact that y'all moved him up for the playoffs mean y'all always knew he could ball.
Yeah, man, and shout out to Paul Mills for the $5 super chat. He brings up an interesting comment. He says the Gallup is really a number 3. He was always behind Coop and CD. That's definitely true. Something to think about. Q Dog says this $2 super chat. Did we miss on the Tolbert and Semi draft picks? Yeah, man. I think that Semi didn't get a chance, and I think Tolbert, they messed up his head, man. They made him ineffective because they tried to make him run option routes, and he wasn't ready for that. And I think that you may need a new OC if you're going to maximize those draft picks. To Boss's point, I think you may need a new OC if you're going to redeem those guys. If not, they're going to have screwed careers, and they're going to have to make it with another team after their contract is over, to be honest.
And see, keep it real, y'all. The worst part about option routes, keep it real. Your receivers and your tight ends got to be able to read a defense on a quarterback level. Just think about that. Your receivers and your tight ends in our system have to be able to read a defense on a quarterback level. We need a new OC, man. And then likely we're not going to do it.
That's your last. Go ahead, boss. Sorry. Go ahead, boss.
We need a new OC. We really do. But this is why we not gonna get. You know what? We not gonna get a new OC though, because most of the fans not gonna be talking about the OC. They gonna be talking about Dak. That's why we not gonna get a new OC. Because when Jerry and them check what's trending right now, it's gonna be Dak lost this game is trending. That's what's gonna be trending. They not gonna be seeing a major trend of it's real dumb for us to be running option routes and this many option routes, or why are we keeping Kellen Moore when his own head coach don't even agree with his system. So y'all go be the cover for Kellen Moore. Y'all go be the cover. All the people we need to get a new quarterback, and that's cool that you mad and you get to be mad and all of that, but that's why I was fighting for y'all to speak with facts. Because if we don't speak with facts, we give the wrong people cover. And Kellen Moore is going to get covered because we go be focusing on the wrong person. I want Dak in the system to where he don't have to throw with anticipation. I don't want Dak throwing with anticipation. I don't.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, boss, you're kind of making an excuse for him, and I'm coming at you about it because it's true. Every quarterback has to throw with anticipation, bro.
And that's not true. Not like ours. Not like ours.
But I'm saying, Okay, but I'm saying, boss, all the great quarterbacks. Look at Aaron Rodgers. Look at Brady. Look at Pat Mahomes. Okay. Look at Justin Herbert. Look even today at Brock Purdy. It was certain plays that he did throw with accuracy, with anticipation. And so to be an elite quarterback, now you may have an issue with the play calling. You may have an issue with some of the decision making. I get that. But every elite quarterback is going to have to, at some point, especially in these games when it's tight coverage, you have to be able to throw with accuracy, with anticipation. And Dak Prescott missed passes, bro. Now, some he's hit before. I'm not saying he's missed every pass in his life, but, bro, he missed key passes in this game.
No,
and I think
agree
you'll
with
see
that.
more when we see the all-22s as well. OC weird for not using Malik Davis. OC Paul Mills $2 super chat. OC is weird for not using Malik Davis more. Yeah, I agree with that, because Malik Davis is a quick scat back. He can get up in a hole quick, man. You should have at least gave him a couple carries. You know that Ezekiel Elliott is a slow churner, right? He's a slower guy to get started, man. And I don't understand why we didn't use him as a change of pace. That is a big deal to me. And I even tweeted this out. And I'm gonna say this, boss, and I'll kick it back to you before we close out. Man, at the end of the day, man, this is Dak's last hurrah, because if they fire Kellen Moore and Dak doesn't ball his brains out, then it's nothing left to do. There's nothing left to do.
Let's go.
All right, come on.
So this is the thing about this, because I'm speaking in full context. So when I say this system is bad training, when was the last time you've ever seen any UOC and anybody in the chat? When was the last time you've ever seen Dak throw this many interceptions? Any point? He been playing quarterback for 7 years. Have you? You haven't.
No, we haven't.
Which is my point. Dak in himself has historically been safe with the football. So with this option route system that your own head coach said he's not a fan of, and because in this system you have to throw the ball way earlier than normal anticipation. You have to a lot of times throw the ball way before they out they breaks in order for this system to work. So what I'm saying is that's very bad training for your quarterback if you want him to throw less interceptions. Especially when he showed you over time that he's prone not to do that. If your system is causing him to do more of that, then we need to get rid of you, or you need to get rid of your system, OC, so that we can restore our quarterback back to what he was. And that's why I said this. The person that should be targeted the most, even though Dak didn't play good today, I'm not saying he played good today, OC. I'm saying from a big picture standpoint, we need to put people around him that enhance him, not take away from him. And I think Kellen Moore with these aggressive option routes take away from him.
All right, so JR with the $4.99 super chat. Choosing Gallup over Coop is a 3-year decision to judge. What else changes in those same 3 years? Hashtag front office. Yeah, and so my contention, Boss Cowboy, is to say this to you, man, very respectfully. Dak has been doing this 7 years, and Dak has been with Kellen Moore for at least how many of those years?
3.
Okay, 3 years. So if this system is the system, Dak should be making better decisions than he did year one. Dak should be throwing the ball with better anticipation on option routes than he did year 2, right? So I don't have a soft pillow for Dak Prescott to lay on. Yes, you did a great job with the breakdown and showing that a chunk of these interceptions was on the receiver. I grant that. That is true. But also a good portion of these interceptions is on Dak Prescott. And we cannot escape that fact and just say that, hey, man, it's bad training when you've been in the league 7 years and you've played now in multiple offenses, at least 2 different offenses. So what I got to say, at some point, you got to have judgment. At some point, you got to either know the passes you can make, get with your coordinator, speak up. I don't like these passes. I can't make these throws. I'm prone to make mistakes on these throws, right? All that kind of stuff. Or I'm going to tuck this ball and I'm going to run it. And that's what I'm saying at this point, man. We got a Q-Dog with the $5 super chat. OC is right. Dak had double seam routes and threw it to CeeDee Lamb cover when T.Y. was wide open for a TD. That is Dak. Like OC is right. Missed wide open wide receiver. Shout out to you, Q-Dog, for the $5 super chat. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, and so this is a good question by Lush. She said, how on we one hand can y'all say we lack weapons, then on the next say they and Kellen need to be better? Because it was Kellen that actually wanted less. It was Kellen that was saying that Amari didn't get his targets because of his system. So your system itself was basically saying you didn't need Amari. Yeah. So when your system, when you out here preaching with your system, my system don't need number ones. And then they get hit in the mouth without it. It's just what it is. And yeah. And this is, listen, I get it.
And let me get the super chat real quick, boss. Sorry about that. Thanks, Lush Rejuvenations, for the comment, man. We appreciate it. Yeah, we need more weapons in here. And Kellen was an advocate of his system versus weapons because of the fact he came from Boise State and he always played with less talented players. So he thinks he can do that in the NFL, and you cannot do it. So Paul Mills, $5 super chat, says this: when you have option route schemes, the receivers and the QB have to be one. Can't be lazy, but the QB is overthinking in this offense. Agreed. Great comment, Paul Mills. You saw a glazed over look like he's on information overload, even on his eyes during the game. And you need to simplify this and let Dak make some easy throws, man, and run the football. Go ahead, boss.
So we saying the same thing, because Mike McCarthy said himself he's never been in the system with this many aggressive option routes. That means you asking your quarterback to make a whole bunch of reads.
Yeah.
This is what I will want for Christmas, OC. You can do what you want to do, but I will want to put the pressure on getting rid of Kellen Moore to put people around Dak that can make him better. If I focus on Dak just for this game, and that's what we focus on, we gonna be giving Kellen Moore cover, and I think that's a great mistake. I think the greatest thing we could do is put the pressure on Kellen Moore and have at least some type of hope in Dak, because Dak has showed us some greatness in the past. That's my thoughts on it. But did you have anything else, OC?
Yeah, I'm torn, boss. I'm gonna go back
Check this out.
This film.
No, hold on.
Let me ask you this.
Well, he was getting ready to finish his thought. Then I got you. Then we'll close it out. Go ahead, OC.
Damn, I was muted.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm torn on this. I got to look at the film.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta study this game, and I'm gonna be very, very unilateral. I'm extremely unbiased. I don't care. It's gonna be straight business for me. I'm gonna go back with no sound, and I'm gonna look at this game, and I'm just gonna take notes. And I'll come back in the next couple of days and give my thoughts. That's what I'm going to do. But from a bird's eye view, and based on the replays I saw, it was bad decisions made by the quarterback. It was missed opportunities by the quarterback, irregardless of the play call. The play calls could have been better. Absolutely. You could do crossing routes. You could do different strategies. But regardless of that, it didn't happen. Dak made some bad decisions. But I'm going to go back and look at the film, boss, before I give my final consensus. Go ahead, Am.
So we're asking Dak Prescott to be better. We're asking him to throw with anticipation with the wide receiver core that has some of the smallest margins of separation out of any wide receiver room in the NFL. But you want that guy to be flawless and not make mistakes. So when you look at this game, right, one of the things that we all recognized, even San Fran recognized, is that compared to last year.
Sorry, Amp. I tried to cut you off. JR with the $19.99 super chat. Would love to see Mike McCarthy cook minus Kellen, number one. Number two, if we were opening to playing press man, That's right, Boss Man Fats. That's right up Boss Man Fats alley. Number 3, last but not least, thanks for another year of great coverage of our team, fellas. Hashtag salute. Thank you. Salute to you, JR. Thanks for the super chat, brother. We appreciate you. Go ahead and take that, Amp or Boss.
No, Amp was still talking.
So,
and sorry, real quick, Amp. Sorry, apologize. Johnny Herrera with the $2 super chat. Do we need a new QB? We're getting close, Johnny. That's what I think. Go ahead, Amp.
We ain't even getting close at all.
So peep this. So one of the things that was visibly noticeable is your defense rose to the occasion today, right? Now, granted, they gave up that one late that they kind of put it a little bit out of reach for us, but the game as a whole, they did enough of what we needed them to do to have a chance to win, right? Looking at the game from last year, yes, last year. I said last year because right now what I want to talk about and focus on is growth. The games look almost identical. If you go look at the stats like I just did for last year, they're exactly the same. Average per run, 3.7 to 3.5. 77 yards to 76 yards. Okay, so you didn't throw it as much this year, but last year it was 44 passes to 38 passes. Where's the growth? You played the same team, and you did the same thing, and you expected a different result? That's the true definition of insanity. I challenge everybody looking at this chat to go look at the stats from last year. It is the same damn thing. We felt horrible last year. We like, man, look, we can't do this next year. You know what I'm saying? We got to switch some things up. And you look at those two items isolated, you got almost the same results. I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Because now we're expecting our quarterback to be our savior when we did the same thing.
Real quick, Amp. Sorry, Amp. Truth only with a 49 super chat. Let me read what he said just real quick. Dak deserves blame for going along with Kellen.
Yep.
Heavy is the head.
I agree.
I agree with that.
I agree with
that. Said this with a $5 super chat. I hate to say it. I believe it's time to trade Dak. It's been 7 years. I will use him to trade up with the Bears. We need to draft CJ Stroud. And that's the Alabama.
It sounds good.
That's the Ohio State prospect. Go ahead.
It sounds good, but unfortunately, Mr. Prescott has a no trade clause.
Yep, he does.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, once everybody get over the emotions, I am interested in real solutions. I really am. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I get the emotions. It's the
Marquise
day
with the 109 super chat. Dak co-signed the system. Hashtag company man.
Yep.
Richard
I can't
Cole
fight
with
you.
the 109 super chat.
I can't fight you
we
on
lost
that.
the game after we did not get any points after the turnover before the half. Dak threw the pick. That is a fact. That is true. Go ahead, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that part I can't fight. That's the part about
Nope.
Dak I wish would change. Where I wish he was a little bit more gangster, to where he was like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
You know, or go up to your OC like this. Nah, this is dumb. We're not doing
Yep.
this.
Yep.
And see, Dak is one of them. We're in this together. Turn off all the distractions and noise. It's us against the world. Even Kellen Moore. I'ma rock with it, bro.
Yep.
And this is.
And I said this a couple. Go ahead, boss.
Just real quick. One
Go
thing
ahead,
I
you
do
got it.
appreciate is that this is a real debate.
That's
Me and
cold,
the
boss. So hold on. Marquise Harrison said this. Dak Stafford.
Won a Super
Dak
Bowl.
Stafford.
Dak Stafford won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And quarterbacks don't grow on trees, y'all. They don't. They just don't. But anyway, the thing that I appreciate that this is a real debate between the OC and I. This might go all off season too. This debate could probably go all the way into next year. Because I'm riding with that. And I don't mean riding with that because I'm loyal. I just think that the chances of you finding somebody else to be better, it's like almost near impossible. Now,
Nikki J with the $5 super chat. Our solution is hoping Kellen Moore gets fired.
Yep.
Nikki J. Thanks, Nikki. Thanks,
That's
Nick
my
J. Excuse me.
homeboy. He went to Carter. That's Nick. Yeah.
Nick J. Thank you, bro.
That's our solution, man.
I'm sorry, Erica Rambos with the $2 super chat. I want to see this offense without Kellen Moore.
Yep.
1 year, let's see.
Yep.
Agreed.
Me
Agreed,
too.
Erica.
Me
Agreed.
too. I don't know what's wrong with
Erica.
OC today. He done lost his mind. I don't know what got into my homeboy, man. But hey, this sports matter. I don't know what's wrong with them, man. What I got into the OC? Dude done lost it. Nah, he cool. He cool.
Marquise Harrison with the 199 super chat. Dak Cousins then. Pardon my age, but I'm
Lord gracious. Dang.
yeah, Dak Cousins. And I didn't mean to cut off Amp for all y'all getting on me in the super chat. I just was trying to get to the super chats, and that's what we do on the show. We always
Nah, they rolling in. Go with it, OC.
Yeah. So I got much love, fam. I wasn't trying to cut them off, guys. All right.
No.
Sorry,
Get that bread.
Go ahead, guys.
Get that bread. So let me ask you this question. So since we're talking about systems and whatnot, can we say that Kellen Moore is just really Jason Garrett, Scott Linehan 2.0? I mean, it's kind of it all had the same smell. I don't want a remix. I want a whole new song. You know what I'm saying?
I want a new song.
Give me a new song. Like we done with the remixes
remix
at this point. Yeah, like
remix.
Give me a new song. Like, I heard the first one. Okay, I liked it. Okay, I heard the second one. Okay, cool. Reminds me of the first one. But can we actually hit? Can we hit next, please? Can we hit the two arrows that way?
I'm sorry, Amp. I'm trying to keep up real quick. Hold up. Q-Dog with the $5 super chat. Amp, you can't look at the stats. Last year, O-line and D-line got punked. This year, we held our own and only gave up 13 points without INTs. Definitely better. JR with the $4.99 super chat. QB carousel went on for too many years of my life. Find a coaching system that fits our QB. That's easier. That's a good point. Samuel Rowe, a.k.a.
Thank
Professor
you.
O, burner account. You can find someone to choke. Mediocrity sucks. Trade Dak.
You can't trade him.
So let me ask y'all this question. What's
trade Dak.
Hold on. So I know. Hold on.
Somebody slamming you, OC, real quick. Just real quick. This is what I've been waiting on. My boy Cowboys hater heard us say the Bills need to move on from Allen. Then OC, if not, explain why.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain why to you, man. Because the Josh Allen is a perfect combination of a hybrid quarterback at this point. He's young, okay, and he's younger than Dak Prescott. He hasn't had as many years in the league. He hasn't played 7 years. And look, Josh Allen has led his team deep into the playoffs for the last couple of years, all right? And I'm not saying that we need to 2,000% get rid of Dak, what I said 10 minutes ago. I'm going to look at the film, and I'm going to come back with some real analysis. But I'm saying that this game hurts everybody that doesn't want Dak to be quarterback. And I've rolled with Dak, and I've been loyal in terms of hoping that he does well. But at the end of the day, you got to prove it. And the proof and the pudding is in the big moments. It's in the big games. And today was not a success for Dak Prescott. That's what I'm telling you.
So let me ask y'all this, because obviously we know where both of y'all stand on your verses. Mm-hmm. Looking at the team as a whole, what we have, what we may retain, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's easier to replace? Your quarterback or your OC? Go.
Your OC. Your OC.
Your OC, man.
All day long.
All day.
All day long. All day long.
That's what I.
And look, to Boss Cowboys' point, look, okay, fine, cool, replace the OC. But when you replace the OC, hey man, this is the 4th year of your 4-year, $160 million contract. You got to come up big, bro, or heads will roll. And I hope he does come up big. I see you, Marquise, with the 199 super chat. Dak sure got a purty mouth. See what I did there. Okay, man, I heard you, man. I saw you. Ha, ha, ha. We got you, bro. Thank you.
No,
That
that's
was
a real
cute.
question,
That was
dog.
cute.
Trey, that was a real question right there, man. Cause see, sometimes like the OC and people like the OC and people like some of y'all be wanting Halle Berry, man, and she ain't in your zip code, big dog. You know what I'm saying? You sometimes you want what you can't have. So it's like, yes, it's a possibility that yes, the OC could pull Halle Berry, but no, it's likely it's not gonna happen. That's what I mean by.
Hey man, look, Richard Coleman with the 199 super chat. We gave up 6 points off turnovers. Game over.
Yeah, true. Like it's so yeah, I could already tell this fight, cause see, this movie go stop like all major quality sitcoms, like in Game of Thrones, the Red Wedding. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say is the Red Wedding.
Hey, Boss Cowboy, real quick. S Rags with the $5 super chat. Put Dak in the 49er system, then ask, can he win?
Thank you.
Kellen Moore was vanilla again. I saw 4 receivers, curl routes, almost pick 6. Marquise Harrison, again with the 199 super chat. Just want my fellows to laugh. Keep your heads up. Appreciate you, bro.
Keeping my
Cool
head
G
up,
with
man.
the $5 super chat. Dak ain't it. I've been watching the Cowboys since 1989. More needs to go as well! Exclamation point. Yeah, I hear you, Cool G. We go explore it, man. We go do a deep dive into this as we get into this offseason. That I can assure you, my friend. That I can assure you.
Alright. Why wasn't y'all
Terminal
saying
VA,
Dak
by the
wasn't?
way. Hold
Why
on,
wasn't y'all
Cowboy.
saying Dak wasn't it last week?
Terminal VA with the $5 super chat. Moore can adjust. Like Garrett, he sticks to the game plan, and it hurts Dak far more than it helps. He doesn't need a friend in these moments.
Super chat of the year. That's the one. If I can highlight one of them, because you making a real critical mistake, OC. A real critical mistake.
Tell me what I'm making. Tell me what mistake I'm making.
Even though you might have your issues with Dak. You making a major mistake not putting most of your energy on Kellen Moore. That's a horrible mistake. That's a horrible mistake.
No.
That's a horrible mistake. Because see, because it's gonna be a whole bunch of fans. It's a whole bunch of fans that's gonna look at this surface. They need deeper analysis. They need deeper analysis.
Potter's leg broken, surgery tomorrow. Thank you for the super chat. So now let me get on Kellen Moore, and I've been on Kellen Moore.
It's not about getting on Kellen Moore. It's where your emphasis is. It's the emphasis, and I'm disappointed in you, dog.
Because boss, stop with the. You almost fanboy. Stop. You almost fanboy.
No,
you almost.
Fanboy. I ain't even close to no fanboy. Not even close. I'm just looking at this big picture.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you a big picture. I'm gonna tell you what.
You gonna focus on Dak.
I don't care. I'm gonna tell you.
When he was the quarterback of a team where the head coach and the OC was on 2 different, and you focus on Dak. No.
I understand.
Oh, hell no.
I understand it. Dak still has influence, and this is the difference between being a middle manager and being a founder. We need our quarterback to be a founder and not great middle management, and that's what I'm saying. And Dak has played the middle management, keep everybody safe, keep the team together role for too long. And my problem with Dak Prescott, I'm gonna tell you, he has not let his testicular fortitude come to the front and say no.
See how powerful your words are? Now you got people calling me a fanboy. I ain't never got called a fanboy ever. Now you got these weirdos calling me a fanboy because of you, dog. You see how your words matter? That's why you making a major mistake putting your emphasis on Dak right now. Because your words really do matter. You got these weirdos calling me a fanboy when I done always kept it real. Man, you might not agree with me, but me keeping it real is what I always do. So you got this dude. You see what you did? That's your fault.
Y'all stop calling my partner a fanboy. But I'm gonna tell you this, boss. You're missing on this.
You see that,
boss? Because
I ain't never got called a fanboy to today. OC said it, and then they start repeating it. That's the power of your words, dog. And that's what's going to happen with you
y'all.
putting this pressure on Dak. This is the wrong time to be putting pressure on Dak. And yes, Dak played not good this game. True, I give you that. But that is not the dude to be putting the focus on right now, in my opinion. You wrong, go see.
Nick J with the $5 super chat. People want to talk
Oh,
about
hell no.
How you gonna say that when Dak literally never throws a lot of INTs? You got to look at the system not being understood. Okay, that's a good point.
Thank you,
JT
Nick.
Wolf with a $2 super chat. Amp, I feel your pain. Okay, one more, boss. One more. Slim Cuddy with the $4.99 super chat. Front office involvement, mediocre coaching, Dallas media plus being a lower drafted QB in the beginning. I think Dak is doing well. No, I'm not hating on Dak. Not saying Dak is not doing well. I'm simply saying that it has to be accountability all the way around. And we've put a lot of pressure on Kellen Moore. We know what Kellen Moore does and doesn't do well. I talked about that at the beginning of the show. But at the end of the day, guys, Dak is not the look. Dak is throwing that football, man. And these are big games, the big moments. And I just gotta say the truth about what I'm seeing right now. And Action Pal, boss, you are a fanboy. Law a fanboy. Dang, Action, why you talking about my partner like that?
Because you did. Because you did,
no,
OC. You started that.
Look.
This the only time they ever did that. Within 2 minutes of you saying it, now they saying it. That's the power of your voice right there. You got a big voice, and people follow what you say. That's proof of it. That's proof.
That's what we doing tonight.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna let y'all make it with this one day. Come say that tomorrow. Say that tomorrow. I'm gonna let you make it today. Say that tomorrow.
You say it tomorrow, it's gonna be Petty Tuesday all over again.
Say it tomorrow. I swear to God, I'm gonna let y'all make it today. You mad? But I'm gonna let y'all see. I'm gonna let y'all do that today. This gonna be your only day, though. I promise you that. I promise you. You ain't gonna never call me no fanboy. I promise you that. This your last day. I promise you. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Boss ain't a fanboy. I'm sorry, boss, for calling you a fanboy.
It's
Y'all
cool.
stop saying
It's
boss
cool.
fanboy.
Your
Boss ain't
voice
a
matters,
fanboy.
dog.
Boss
You see
ain't
what
a
you did,
fanboy.
though?
But I do think, boss, you're missing some things, and we can't do this all on this show.
No, we can't. We gonna fight through this.
We gonna dig into this.
Yeah, we go. And see, this is the thing I want y'all to understand about me and the OC. We really do fight through our ideas. Like, this is normal. Like, this is how we get to the truth. This is the process of getting to the truth.
I love it.
Right now, we far away. That's okay. I'm
Patrick Norman with the $1 super chat. Thank you, bro. Go ahead, boss.
I'm gonna end up coming to the OC side, or he gonna come to my side eventually. Because at the end of the day, we want truth to reign. We just fall apart right now. That's all. And we gonna fight this out. You know what I'm saying? We gonna fight this out.
My dog said truth to reign, as in reign Dakota Prescott. And what needs to happen with Rain Dakota Prescott is he needs to sit down with his head coach, Mike McCarthy, some point in time this week, and the two of them need to have a talk. Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott need to have a talk.
Cowboy fans is right. The damage is already done.
JT Wolf with the $2 super chat. Boss about to go off. Get him, boss. Yeah, boss is about to go off.
Nah, I'm chilling.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna give y'all mercy today. I'm gonna let y'all have your fun today. But you're not gonna call me on my character like that and think it's cool and just think it's cute. That's not gonna become common. I'm not gonna let y'all do that. I'll let you do it today because we took a loss. I'm gonna be nice today, but come call me a fanboy tomorrow. Cause see,
this is what one funky L do for y'all. This is what one funky L do for y'all.
And it's not even the L. It's the consistency of my character. It's the consistency of my character of standing alone. See, because me and the OC, we're actually the same type of dudes. So I watched the OC stand alone when the world took off on Tyler Smith. I watched him. So I know he's not a fanboy. You know what I'm saying? I know that. I've stood alone against y'all on things I believed in when I knew it was unpopular. I know a lot of people mad at Dak. So I know for me to be saying this is unpopular. So it's the character to stand on truth when you know it's unpopular is why I ain't gonna let nobody say that about me. I'm gonna let you do it today. And the OC was just playing. That's my best friend. That's my literal best friend. That's my best homie. I was the best man. He the only dude that could ever say that because I know he don't mean that. When he said it, he did not mean it at all. Because I know him. He was just being funny with me. He was hitting me with a quick jab.
Cool G with the $1 super chat. We appreciate you. True Believer with the $1.99 super chat. TP Fracture Fibula. He went out and the O was bad. That is true. Qualin Campbell with the $1.99 super chat. Thoughts on M. Davis not getting any run after TP? I think it's dumb, Quaylen. I've been saying that. I even put it in Twitter during the game. Please get that man some carries, and we did not, unfortunately.
And see, check this out. See, this we almost done with this debate because we supposed to did final words 50 minutes ago. But check this out. This for you, OC, since you the one you got these boys calling me fanboy. So check this out. Cowboy Haters Hurdle said, we lose Dak and we're headed back to Chad Hutchinson, Vinny T, Quincy Carter days. Only the truth. See,
boy, them was rough days, boy.
Clap it up.
It was hard to be a fan during them times there, boy.
So, but go ahead, OC. If you want to turn down your quarterback, go for it, man. Go ahead. Just go ahead.
No, listen.
Join the parade.
Listen.
Go for it.
This is a delicate. Look, this is a delicate situation, and this is why it needs time, it needs consideration, it needs study, it needs really some deep dive analysis, and that's exactly what the OC and Boss Cowboy is about to do. Shout out to Richard Coleman with the 49 Super Chat. We do not need that to be perfect. Do not turn the ball over. Percentage says you will not win most of the time if you turn the ball over. That's what he's saying. Ali 499 Super Chat. Keep it a buck. They aren't going to get Dak moving intentionally. It's malpractice. Optimal Dak needs to be on the move to make plays. I agree. He's best rolling to his left, rolling to his right, alpha play action pass. That's just my opinion. That's a great point, Ali. I agree with you. This is a delicate situation. To get back to answering the question, Dak Prescott has done a really, really good job being the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys since he's been in the league when he was healthy. And we were in quarterback purgatory for a long time before Romo and then Dak. So we lucked out. We had two pretty good quarterbacks. I think the issue is front office evaluations and emotions when it comes to quarterback, because historically we're good evaluating talent. We've done good drafting offensive linemen. We've done good drafting defensive linemen. We've done good drafting running backs and defensive backs. We have not done good historically drafting and hitting on quarterbacks. S-Rax, $2 super chat. Number one, read option. Number two, play action calls. Kellen Moore. That's great. Read option is great. Play action pass calls are great. I agree with you there. All right. So I think that at the end of the day, man, this is delicate and we need to take a deep nosedive, and we go do that over the next several days for sure.
Man. All right, so check this out. My boy Frank said Dak is overrated. Cowboys should have drafted Lawrence. See, I can't do this with y'all, man. I know y'all mad, but let's go back to like real football discussions. So how we was gonna get the number one pick? I know y'all mad, but don't be that person. Don't be the person because you mad you go kick your dog, or go spank your kid, or go beat your wife.
Wow.
Or go slash tires. Don't be that person.
Philip Henderson with the $5 super chat. We need to make an aggressive move, even if we give up a first and a second pick. Steal Quinnen Williams or Darren Payne.
Ooh,
interesting.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I like that.
Need somebody with a damn solution. Thank you.
I love it. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
That's positive talk.
I feel you.
That's progressive talk.
Understood. I'm with you on that. He said, don't get caught up on the trolls. Yeah, so, yeah, you're right. But, hey, man, we've been trying to say these final words. Are we going to get to them or not?
Yeah, we're going to get to them, man. Y'all got to stay tuned in, man, because we got a lot more blazing content coming. The season is over, but we just getting warmed up. So y'all
Let me kick off the final word, if that's okay, OC, and then, if you don't mind, I'll go around, and then you can finish it off, because you did a great job today, man, if that's okay. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'll kick it off. So, on my final words, I would definitely say that good season. I know it don't feel like it. I'm proud of this season. Some of y'all mad at me for saying that, but I am. I'm going to choose today to look at this as a stepping stone. I've seen us take steps before, and it looked like we are continually taking steps. I've also witnessed even the Saints before they finally won their Super Bowl take steps to finally get there. I think we are headed in the right direction. When you look at the fact that this was the first time in years since '96 that we made back-to-back playoffs with over 12 wins. It was 30 years since we won a home playoff game. We jumped that hurdle. We played with physicality today. You saw the San Francisco Niners in here today saying, no, y'all boys played physical today. You boys played physical today. We needed Dak to play better. We needed Kellen Moore to be better. But mostly, in my opinion, we needed Dak to be better. But we got us another super chat real quick. Let me take
some of the rational options for drafting and getting players, understanding that we have a great foundation. Some parts need to be upgraded. Don't make a move that will shatter the core. Paul Mills with the $10 super chat. Thank you, brother. We appreciate it.
Agreed. 100.
And that's going right to what I'm saying is I feel like the front office, because see, I could also go back because, you know, when I was preparing a video today with the OC, one thing I do remember, I remember how most of us did not want Tyler Smith. I remember that. But the front office was right. It was a whole lot of people. Oh, we got us another super chat. You see it, OC?
Yeah, I see it. Who called the play and who throw the ball? Dak, a yes man. That's from Patrick Norman. Yeah, he very well could be, man. And we go dig into that and explore whether that's true or not as we get into this offseason. Yeah.
He co-signed an option route, so I say that's a yes man.
Yeah.
You got to abandon the system. You got to abandon the system that's causing you to throw more interceptions. That's what it is. You got to abandon it, and you got to speak out against it, especially when your OC got your back on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got
because biting your tongue hurts.
Yeah.
All right, Marquise Harrington. All anger aside, please get my QB and OC. Blessings. Yeah, well, I think they may look into that for you, man. They might look into that for you.
Please, they ain't looking into no.
They might.
OC, yeah,
you know.
They need to. They really do need to.
Yeah, they might look into that.
They need to. And then this is what M talked about, and this is where Ali is dead on it. I feel we need to upgrade all weapons outside of CD. So right. See, because remember, M pointed this out, and this is true. Outside of CD Lamb, the separation with all the rest of them receivers is literally the bottom of the league.
Yeah, 100%.
That's also training your quarterback to force it. That's not training your quarterback to throw with confidence. That's teaching him that you gotta throw it in there to get them dudes to make a play.
Because guess what? The only options he has are the options that's on the field.
And Richard Coleman with the $49 super chat. Put Jimmy in the Ring of Honor. The curse goes away. Good point, Richard, man. Good point. We've been talking about that for a while.
So
I don't feel bad.
So I do look at this as a stepping stone, and we appreciate all your super chats. I look at this as a stepping stone. I'm glad that likely because of this, we do keep Mike McCarthy. I would want Mike McCarthy over Dan Quinn. We gonna talk about that. We'll talk about that sometime this week. I'm pretty sure we go debate that out. But Dan Quinn versus Mike McCarthy, nah. I'm going with Mike McCarthy all day. I just don't really believe that Dan Quinn could have handled the politics of dealing with Kellen Moore, nor did he have the offensive mind to do it. Likely.
Nope.
Yeah. If Kellen Moore around, you want Mike McCarthy around. That's what you want. Yeah.
The equalizer.
The equalizer. So as a final word, man, we got work to do. We go get to work. We go be talking about, obviously, off-season acquisitions. As people fired and acquired, we go do film breakdowns on those guys. We go be talking about the candidates to come. We go deal with the politics that's always in the off-season. And we go get prepared for next season, and we go take another shake at it. We go be doing this until we're in the casket. So let's go. That's my final word.
First and foremost, it's DC4L to the death of me, right?
Yeah.
Second of all, the two gentlemen that bring you quality content for this channel and have been for some time now, I want to give them kudos. Quality content that you don't see anywhere else. And I personally want to take this time to thank them for 17 awesome weeks that I've had the pleasure to do this with them. I've learned a lot this season. It's been a roller coaster of a ride. I think the only 2 games I missed was the one I went to when we played Cincinnati and Thanksgiving when we all took a time out. But it's been a beautiful ride. And I think because of the things that we've said, the conclusions that we've come to because of the fights that we've had this season, and the things that we've said, and then we immediately hear those things in the mass media public, that truly lets you know that your voice matters. My voice matters. Coach Mar's voice matters. Keystone voice matters. And of course, Boss and OC's voice matter the most on this channel. It was a great ride. You know, we saw our team improve in a lot of ways, things that we called into question since last year. You know, we had improved on. You know, we did get better in the run game. You know, defense when we thought, you know, throughout all the adversity we've had to go through this year, your team showed up. And I said this some weeks ago. I said if we were going to go the distance, the unfortunate truth is your players were going to have to do it in spite of.
Yep.
And you can take that in spite of wherever you want to go with it. I ain't even going to get into the details because we done talked about it.
Well said.
But they did it in spite of. Because at the beginning of the season, if you give me a list of everything negative and everything that could have went wrong, as Stephen A. so eloquently says, it's no way in hell you telling me we playing in the divisional round and our team went 12-5 for the season and put Brady out of the playoffs. We did that in spite of. So guess what? You take those great things that we had this year and you bottle them up and you hold those things and you dwell on those things and you use that as fuel to get better next year. Because guess what? One thing about Cowboys fans and the reason people hate us so damn much is because you can't kill us. We keep coming back. That's my final word. It's been a blessing to be with y'all this season.
And this is something that's big to me. My boy OC is giving the final words for the season. I want to say this about working with all of you guys this season. Amp, Coach Marv, the OC, man, I had fun.
Absolutely.
Before the OC give his final word, thank you guys. I'm smarter because of you guys. I know football better because of you guys. I check the play-by-play better because of you, Amp. I have a better sense of understanding game management because of Coach Marv, and I'm definitely smart about football from the OC. Our fights are real, our agreements are real, but the whole point is, man, we always really focus on trying to win 6. So, OC, you are absolutely the final word for the whole season. Let's get it, dog.
Appreciate it, man. James Tyson, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. We appreciate you guys, and thank you all for the super chats, man. So my final word is this, man. Thank you guys. It's been a wonderful ride. Obviously with Coach Marv and his football acumen and Amp with his energy and knowledge and wisdom, and then you, Boss Cowboy, one of the best in the business, if not the best in the business, on teaching concepts, reading tea leaves, and giving detailed, in-depth analysis. Probably one of the best, if not the best in the business, man. So shout out to you, my brother, on that. Richard Coleman with the $1.99 super chat. Love the content. Keep up the great work. Yeah, guys. Hey, the season is over, but we just heating up, guys. And we got a lot more content and breakdown on this season, review, breakdown on players, draft, the whole 9 yards. So y'all keep it locked, man. We go keep it going all the way until we get back to the playoffs, this time next year. My final words are that the Cowboys, they lost with dignity.
Yeah.
They lost in a tough game.
Hell
They didn't
yeah.
get ran over. They lost with some dignity.
Yeah.
All right.
Hell
So I
yeah.
appreciate the fight. I appreciate the game being tight. But I will also say this. There's a book by Jim Collins. It's a business book. It's called From Good to Great. And I think that this is the focus of the offseason, that the Cowboys are a good team. The Cowboys prove they are a good team. But the Cowboys haven't proven that they are a great team. Thank you, Queen Chase. Love you too. We appreciate you. Thank you, Ali, as well, brother, for all the support. So I'm going to tell you this. The Cowboys have to focus this offseason on going from good to great in every possible way.
Amen.
How? That's the question. How can we go from good to great? And so you guys keep it locked here. We going to be here with you every single step of the way. And we got more content coming tomorrow and pretty much every day. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Salute to all you guys that have given super chats. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. It does help a whole lot with the channel. Thanks everybody that put money into the Cash App, $ Boss Cowboy Sports. We really appreciate you guys to do that on the back end. And then obviously everybody that supported with the super chat, man. We can't do this without you. We got some changes to the show coming up in the spring. We won't announce it right now. We'll save that. You got to stay tuned for that. And so everything you give, man, we put right back into the show. So we appreciate you guys and stay tuned in. And we signing out for now. And DC for life, man. Let's get it.
It's still running up too.
Run it up.
Another one.
Still running up. No
Ain't
days
going
off.
nowhere.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice
Get to work.
matters.
Run it up.
Run it
coming.
up.
I'm coming.
Still locked in.
If we locked in, then no switching up.
Yeah, baby. Proud of you, Cowboys. Let's get better next year.
Hold your head up. Heads held high.
Yup. We got off a monkey. Now we got to get that ultimate monkey, man. Let's go.
Boss Cowboy Sports.
Let's get it. No switching up, man.
If we locked in, then no switching up.